My student is blackmailing me, and I don't know what to do. I'm a high school teacher, and I've always tried to keep my personal and professional life completely separate. But now, I'm in trouble. One of my students knows something about me, something no one else should ever know. It all started a few weeks ago. After class, when everyone else had left, this girl stayed behind, and with complete calm, she said, "We need to talk, sir." I crossed my arms, expecting a question about the subject, but what she said next sent chills down my spine. "I know your secret." I tried to stay composed. "I don't know what you're talking about." She pulled out her phone and held up the screen. I can't even describe what I felt at that moment. Right there, in front of my eyes, was something that could ruin me. I swallowed my pride and asked as calmly as I could, "What do you want?" She smiled, like she had been waiting for that exact question. "Don't worry, sir. I don't want money or anything illegal. I just need a little favor." And then, she told me what she wanted in exchange for her silence. "I just need you to bump up my grade in your class. Not too much, just enough so I don't fail." I knew it was wrong. I knew giving in would only make things worse for me. But the alternative was worse. I couldn't risk this getting out. So, hoping this would be the end of it, I did it. I raised her grade. Just a little. Just enough to pass without drawing suspicion. I hope this is over. I hope she won't ask for anything else. But deep down, I have a bad feeling. Update 1. My student is blackmailing me, and she won't stop. If I thought this was over, I was completely wrong. A week passed where everything seemed normal. No messages, no strange looks. For a moment, I thought maybe it was just a scare, that she got what she wanted and had moved on. Then, one day after class, she stayed behind again. I felt a chill run down my spine. She didn't even need to say anything. The moment I saw that smug little smile, I knew. "I need another favor, sir." My throat went dry. "What do you want now?" "Relax. I just need the answers to the next test. Nothing major." This time, I didn't answer right away. She pulled out her phone and casually twirled it in her fingers, reminding me of what she had stored inside. "I'd hate to have to show this to someone, but if you don't help me, I'll be in trouble. And if I'm in trouble, so are you." I stared at her in silence. We both knew I had no choice. So I did it. If anyone reads this, please, I need advice. I'm trapped, and I don't see a way out. Update 2. My student was blackmailing me until everything blew up. I knew this wouldn't end well. After my last post, a lot of people told me not to keep giving in, to seek help before things got even worse. So, I took their advice. That same afternoon, I went to the principal's office. I walked in, shut the door behind me, and finally said the words I had been avoiding for weeks. "One of my students is blackmailing me." The principal looked at me, completely taken aback. "What are you talking about?" I took a deep breath. There was no turning back. Years ago, when I was young, I had a gambling problem. I got into debt and had to do things I'm not proud of to pay off my mistakes. It took me years to fix my life. But now, someone found something from my past and is using it against me. There was a long pause. And what does this student want? For me to raise her grades, give her answers to tests, and every time, she asks for more. The principal sighed and leaned back in his chair. "You gave in, didn't you?" I lowered my gaze. "Yes." Another silence. Finally, he sat up and said, "I'll handle this, but as of today, you're suspended. We need to evaluate the situation." I nodded. I had screwed up. But at least, this was finally over. A few days later, I got an email from the school. "We appreciate your honesty, but we have decided to terminate your employment." I lost my job. But you know what? I don't regret it. Thanks to those who advised me, I made the right choice before this could get even worse. I don't know what's next, but I'm going to follow their advice. I won't let this define me. I'm going to move forward. Final update. I lost everything. But at least, I took back control. Hey everyone. I didn't think I'd be posting again, but I just found out something I thought you all should know. Now, this should be my last update. I hope. A few days after receiving my termination letter, I went back to the school to pick up my things. It felt strange walking through those halls, knowing I didn't belong there anymore. While I was gathering my stuff, I ran into a teacher I used to get along with. She invited me for coffee. We went to a cafe right across from the school. Before she could even say anything, I asked, "Do you know what happened to the girl?" She put her cup down and gave me a knowing look. Oh yeah, it was a disaster. She leaned in a little and lowered her voice. They called her into the principal's office and managed to get her phone before she could do anything. Her parents were there. At first, they tried to defend her, but when they saw the photo, well, she didn't even have it hidden. It was right there in her gallery. They had no choice but to accept the truth. I nodded. I figured as much. Did they expel her? She shook her head. Not exactly. They made a deal with her parents. To avoid the scandal of an official expulsion, They agreed to withdraw her voluntarily. Then she added something that really got me thinking. But the whole school found out. She gave me a small, ironic smile. Her name is ruined. No other school in the city will take her. Her parents are looking to move so she can start fresh somewhere else. I just sat there, silent. I didn't feel satisfaction. I didn't feel sorry for her, either. Just an odd sense of relief. I didn't come out of this unscathed, but at least I didn't have to live under that pressure anymore. I lost my job, but in the end, she faced consequences too. And for those asking about the photo, it was an old picture of me, years ago, sitting at a casino table, a pile of chips in front of me, some questionable substances scattered on the table. It wasn't recent, and I've already paid for that mistake, but it was enough to ruin my reputation. And it almost did. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice. I don't know what's next for me, but one thing's for sure, I'm moving on.